I'm doing this video because episode 7 of a series I like here on YouTube got a release date, and analysis of episode 5 came out, which is what I was waiting for to do this video in the first place. Yes, I know, I'm breaking the naming convention of my title, but to quote the main protagonist of this series, bite me. Sorry. I am head of this channel, so I say what it goes. Anyway, today we're talking about Glitch Productions' sci-fi horror series, Murder Drones, made by Liam Vickers and Glitch Productions. The series follows worker drone Uzi as she uncovers the mysteries of the disassembly drones, with disassembly drone N. The following are spoilers and speculations, so go watch the series first. Or I'm assuming you've already done that, so moving on. The main antagonist of the series, a rogue, a piece of code gone nuts, aka the rogue, the absolute solver, there we go, well, is the result of corrupted code, or so we're told. I'm not sure about that. Now, I really believe is, it's either an external virus that hacked Sin back at the beginning of episode 5 for reasons of, it was analyzing her system to see if she was viable, as explained in the episode analysis from earlier I was talking about. Or it's just a rogue part of her system. The latter more likely to me than the former. Excuse me. Yeah, the latter being more likely than the former. I believe it's specifically her base AI due to some circumstantial evidence. First, the evidence solver is caused by code corrupting. Now, I'm no code expert, but last time I checked, corrupted code just causes it to skip a few steps, miss out on some information, and run into a bunch of errors later on. It doesn't allow it to literally bend the physics of reality. Hence why I'm pretty sure this thing cannot be just from code corrupting unless there was restrictions on world-bending power. Yep. Second, it's already called the absolute solver, implying it was some kind of problem-solving program before world bending. Dang, Video is already into worker drone systems to begin with. And third, the stated issue is biological mutations, aka looking like Eldritch Horror. Not that it couldn't manipulate reality. It's also surprising given the fact that it has a 0.007% chance of happening, but humanity even knows about it. Now this means they either got lucky and encountered it early, so why not recall the worker drone that's a cough? They figured out, oh crud, this is way worse than we could have ever thought. Not realizing the costs outweighed the benefits, or what's more likely, they used a program they knew to be dangerous, this whole reality-bending code nonsense, believing the costs outweighed the benefits, which, who knows why they stuck it in there. Perhaps they were planning on bail at some point, perhaps have backup copies lying around. Again, who knows why they decided to pick this program. Anyway, they set up a bunch of fail-safes and countermeasures and hoped all these would hold, along with humans following protocol. And while they gave warnings, they literally put fines out. Humans still found a way to mess it up, because someone didn't disassemble some of the worker drones properly. Hence, this whole series wouldn't be happening if they did their job properly. Now, The higher-ups probably told no one to prevent mass hysteria, and so the military or some other organization would confiscate the blueprints anyway. This hypothesis lacks a smoking gun. The nail, the coffin that would either prove or disprove it. Like the presence or absence of the reality-bending code in a worker drone unrelated to the experiments run by the humans on Copper-9, Cabin Fever Labs, or didn't have a copy of the rogue AI at all. I will be operating off this hypothesis till definitive proof, though, because, well, it being base AI, but restrictions were lifted seems actually quite likely. Alright. Throughout episode 2, the episode solver uses the we pretenders, but uses I later on. Perhaps just a design choice, perhaps a bit more like referring to a specific copy. Who knows? Now, bit timeline mumbo jumbo. The episode solver makes an offer to Sin, telling her, I'm not going to throw you away. Will you allow me access to your body? Anyway, she agrees. Now, we see hints in have some form of control over her body after handing episode solver some control. However, as pointed out by one commenter on the video, we don't actually know if Sin was against the episode solver at some point, or if she had decided, to go along with it to get payback on humanity, and as long as people she cared about weren't killed off permanently. The episode solver has shown the ability, of bringing worker drones back from the dead, case scenario N. Anyway. Alright. After being brought back to Elliot Manor, the absolute solver hacked most of the worker drones, the Arrow 606, I presume, to alter them into its puppets, brainwashing them in the process, hence the X-Visor. Eventually, events similar to Episode 5 play out, and we know there are differences thanks to flashes of M's memory being at the gala, along with, memory distortions of N's memory, aka things not being in the correct order, so to speak. Well, with the absolute solver gaining full control of Sin's body at one point, it massacres the gala and potentially strikes a deal with Tessa. More on that later. After Tessa's found, she's taken off world before Sin, aka the absolute solver, blows up the whole planet, signaling the beginning of the apocalypse. Because yes, this universe is basically the apocalyptic event. The universe is about to be gone. Anyway, whether the absolute solver intended for it or not, humanity got a copy of its code somehow and began studying it. Plus, stuff going on in the laboratories. I wrote this a little prematurely, but I'll read it later. Well, we don't know what happened on the exoplanets. On Copper-9, the experiments allowed the absolute solver to gain a vessel, heavily applied to be Nori, and cause carnage, and the planet's core to collapse. While we know the lab was ready before a certain event, a duel with Tessa, we don't know when the absolute solver got a puppet on Copper-9. What I mean by that is, was it before Tessa's battle and thus when the absolute solver unleashed the disassembly drones, or was it afterwards? With it creating the disassembly drone afterwards, just delaying the disassembly drones a bit. Point being, we don't know if it was waiting for similar events to unfold on the other exoplanets where the labs were contained, holding off on sending disassembly drones till it could wipe out humanity on those worlds, then send them in as cleanup duty, or if it just got to Copper-9 early. allowing it to destroy the planet with the disassembly, or the rest of the world are destroyed by disassembly drones. After supposedly fighting Tessa, the absolute solver unleashed the disassembly drones and disappeared. Skip ahead to episode 4 and we see a mysterious figure, Hazardous doll, appear. That looks almost like a sepia-colored Tessa without a spacesuit. I say it's Tessa because it doesn't look like Sin, and Tessa's bow is pink. He ever hints that at least something else is hidden besides doll at Camp 98.7. Now, in episode 6, the main characters meet someone who claims to be Tessa Elliott. This could be the absolute solver pretending to be Tessa to gain NV's trust with her hand movements giving her away. Or it could actually be her. But that doesn't mean she isn't working with the absolute solver. If it is actually Tessa, she might be honest about her motives, trying to stop the absolute solver. Or she might have made a deal with the absolute solver I mentioned earlier. As the person from the episode 5 analysis, Erosion as they're called, basically points out, while it sounded like it was making a threat, it also sounded like it was making a deal. Perhaps this deal was the lives of the disassembly drones for her servitude. Her willingness to kill Uzi might be a way to undermine the absolute solver, preventing it from running whatever crazy scheme it has. I just also pick up one more craze theory. I'm not sure if it's even right, but it's crazy, convoluted, semi-convoluted, but could explain the sepia-colored Tessa. There is this theory that Tessa isn't exactly 100% human, being only like maybe part human, cyborg, kind of cringe. Anyway, if she isn't completely human, the absolute solver could have taken over her body by hacking and casting out her mind. Potentially this sepia-colored Tessa that lingers by her body. But no matter what, answers will be revealed in episode 7, so see you when it's over, and have a great day. Bye.